My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. We were talking about it in the comments yesterday and I figured I'd make a video about it. And that is that Amber Reed apparently has absolutely no idea what kind of impact she has on her vicinity, on her, surroundings in real life. And so I would like to make a little compilation of how she's not, how she's not aware of what her massive weight can do to furniture around her, to vehicles. And so let's start off by the oldest clip and also the most famous, and that is her at her workplace breaking the couch.
All right, Casey. What do you mean, what's wrong with
that to me? No.
See, she was always filming people without their permission. She doesn't care.
God dang.
She still does it. She's in yesterday's vlog, she said basically that she's a good person. She's not that person before that did crazy things or off-color things. And yet she was filming minors at a museum just a few vlogs ago.
Okay, I'll stop. Oh,
So she's in the workplace, what she considered her workplace. She only worked there for a few hours a week. And she broke the couch and later on said that she never broke a furniture before. And filming the girl again that didn't want to be filmed.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna pee. Oh, you guys want to know something? It's haunted here at night. They saw a little girl on the cameras.
Ow, your elbows in my hip.
Can you see how little room she has? And she was significantly smaller. She must have been like 470. She's now roughly 130 pounds heavier. And so she can barely get out. There were times during the year of 2019 when she couldn't even fit in a car anymore.
It's because your car is so like... I know, anyone that gets in that side, really, you gotta peel yourself.
You're not even
off.
showing me.
See, she's being such a bitch, and she has been through the years. So Destiny here is trying to, I think it was Destiny, was trying to film her get out of the car, and she did a pretty good job doing that. And Destiny tried to justify that it's not Amber's physical size, but that there's something wrong with the car. She was just trying to be nice, and Amber cuts her off saying that she's not even filming her. What a biatch. But I only showed that clip to show that a standard size car has problems holding Amber's body. And then if you imagine, and you know I love Becky to death, but when these two girls were sitting in one car, it was roughly 600 for Amber and maybe 300 for Becky. Yeah, let's say 900 pounds just in the front of the car. And that, of course, messed things up. And here's a few clips of that.
I've named every car I have. I've had.
Yeah, that car out there is mine. I didn't get to name it.
Here's the story with the car. I didn't know what all's wrong with it because it is a slew of things. So far, I have only paid $250, and that's to get the O2 sensor fixed.
This was after Amber and Becky had broken up. So over the years, Amber managed to break that car too.
The rest of it is going to have to come in a period of a span of time because it's like one thing after the other. I need shocks. One of my wheels is bent a little, so I have to get that fixed. It needs tire rotation, balance, a tune-up. This is
See, so that's regular stuff, so I'm gonna cut her off here. But just the tire rotation, one of her wheels is bent, and the shocks need to be replaced, all related to Amber's weight. And here's the next clip.
So we're stopped in the road because we heard some weird noises. What's going on?
part of the bumper, like up under here, was like hanging off.
Look at like the scratchy part right there. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's not it.
Did you fix it?
I mean, it might be fine for now, but if it starts doing it again, we might have to put some duct tape.
Oh my gosh. So are you sure it's just the bumper?
Yeah.
And it is on Amber's side, so her constantly dropping down into that car and damaging the shocks. Of course, that car is gonna sit very low, and so if Becky drove over something where the car might hit it, you know, because of Amber's weight, the car was sitting much lower.
Because we heard like a really, oh, there's a train. We heard like a really scary noise, so we pulled over on the side of the road. Are you sure everything's all right? Okay. We're actually gonna get a bite to eat first. I'm not really sure. Like, I want sushi, but it's still kind of up in the air.
See, she's still the same way. This is roughly 5 years ago, 4 years ago maybe. And all she ever was interested in was going out to eat and gaining weight. I mean, the gaining weight was not planned on her part, but that's a direct consequence of constantly overeating and eating the wrong foods.
We have time to think about it. So.
And so these, you know, occurrences like with cars breaking or damage being done to the car didn't make a difference to her.
So we're currently in a predicament. Can you guys see? I don't know if you can see Becky. She just went under the car.
And before she says anything, I would like to point out that the 600-pounder here is sitting in the car. We just discussed how far the car is, how low it is sitting with her 600-pound ass sitting in that car. And so she is vlogging while Becky is trying to get something out from under the car, which is completely idiotic. And one of the times where I wanted to smack Amber across the face for being that dumb and that inconsiderate. And so, again, Becky's trying to get something that's stuck under the car, and the 600-pounder here is sitting there running her mouth.
We were driving down the road, and there was like this big truck in front of us, and we couldn't obviously see because there was a big truck in front of us. So as soon as we saw it in the middle of the road, there was something red. I don't know what it was, but we couldn't. How do I explain it? Because the truck was in front of us, we couldn't see it because it happened so quickly that we ran over whatever the red thing is, and then all of a sudden it sounded like something was dragging. The red thing's under the car and you can't get it. What do we do?
Get your fucking ass out of the car and see if it moves up a little. The car is sunk almost all the way to the ground just by her sitting in it.
She looks distraught. Hold on. Okay, you guys, after about 10 minutes, Becky was able to get it off. I'm sure a lot of people are like, why didn't you help her? Becky could barely fit under the car, and I know damn well I would.
You were sitting in the car. You still are sitting in the car. And that lowers a car. I can't believe how self-unaware she is that at the huge size she is at, she will drop a car just by sitting in it. And I don't have any clips of it, but there are clips about her dropping into a car, and you can see it drops a few inches. And so she didn't even have the decency to get out of the car. Not mentioning helping Becky, of course. So Becky went through so many hardships because of that girl. It's unbelievable.
Wouldn't have been able to.
But she just wanted to go, go out to eat. And she probably didn't show the parts where she told Becky, well, I'm starving, get it done. You know, I could totally see her doing that. But that is amazing. And it's bad enough that people like that are out there, but vlogging it and finding nothing wrong with posting it to the world is a joke.
It was, you guys will never believe what it was. You guys know those big red like buckets of Folgers coffee? It was that, and it was stuck on something under our car that like was latched onto there and it didn't want to come off. And I don't know how, but Becky was able to squeeze under there and get it off.
And she had to squeeze because of your heavy ass.
Which I'm so glad about. Like, honestly, that was so scary. Like, the sound of it, anytime your car makes weird noises, you're triggered. Like, you're like, oh my God, what's happening? So we've never had like engine problems before. So it's a weird coincidence that, what? She's driven just a few miles.
Driven. She's an idiot. Look at how her lipstick is smeared all over her mouth, like I told you guys a few videos ago. Like a 3-year-old just smearing lipstick on her face without looking in the mirror. That's what it looks like.
Miles after getting it done, and the engine light popped on. So our first instinct is to go where the oil got changed. Maybe something happened on accident. So we went
By accident.
there, went to the Walmart, they checked it, and they have no idea what it is, which, why am I not surprised? I didn't think they would know, to be honest, because they're mainly there just to like do oils and like tire changes, I think. So they said, okay, go to AutoZone, they could like run a test. So we have to go to AutoZone. It's a little annoying, kind of dampens our plans.
Why? Because you were gonna stuff your face at some buffet.
And it's like just kind of weird that it happened after our oil got changed. Like, I'm not trying to blame anyone, but it's definitely a weird coincidence.
Where Amberlyn starts talking about buying me a new car. I liked my car at the time. I didn't really see a reason to get a new one, but we had talked about it because, you know, it was a little car. It would have been nice to have a bigger car. And a lot of the issues, this is going to sound really bad, a lot of the issues I had with the car was driving Amber Lynn everywhere. She was bigger, that car was so small, and just, I don't know, when my stepdad looked over my car, you know, he said one of the shock on the side that she sat on was so worn down and I needed a new one, and the one on my side was fine.
See?
So he said clearly it's the weight shifting in the car and I had to get new tires, which
And the way Amber drops into cars, if you've ever seen it, it makes me cringe. It makes me feel sorry for the car.
tires weren't her fault. I needed new tires anyway.
And that is also why I maintain that Amber's never ridden an Uber before, because nobody would risk their livelihood for transporting somebody like her. No offense, but because of her weight.
Like, all 4 of them were done.
Hey guys, so I know this is like a crazy angle, but I'm sitting in the back seat. Last night, I can't even believe this happened. Someone literally hit our car, our passenger door, and we don't know if it was their car. We don't know if they did it on purpose. We do have a gay pride thing in the back of our car, and things like this do happen. I don't know if it was on accident. I don't know, but I tried opening the passenger door and it wouldn't open, and it was at night when we realized this happened, so I couldn't see the dent. But then we were like, oh my God, why isn't the door opening? And then that's when we realized it. So right now we're at an auto parts place and we're gonna see how we can fix this, because I have to sit in the back seat. So I'm currently in the back and I'm just like, I don't like it back here. I like sitting in the front. So yeah, and after we do that, we're actually going to Becky's nephew's birthday party. So
See, even though it would have been the wiser choice to distribute the weight a little better, like her sitting in the back passenger side and Becky in the front, you know. Another clip that I've saved over the years is this one here, where it's clearly documented that Amber makes the floorboards creak. There's no conversation going on. It's just a clip of Amber walking out of where Becky and her stayed, and Eric in the forefront is eating, and they're not communicating at all. But listen to the floorboards. And the next clip I want to show you is her looking into the fridge, which actually got us started talking about this topic in the comments. And that is when she was still living at her old apartment and she was looking into the fridge. She leaned on the door, and apparently it wasn't the first time because it made these sounds.
I'm not doing like breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm just eating what I want. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, it's off topic, but that's what she's been doing for years.
So, what do
You hear that fridge door?
I want? That's the real question. I'm not doing like breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm just eating what I want. You know what I'm saying? So,
See, leaning on it.
what do I want? That's the real question.
And of course, it's no mystery that she has broken every bed that she has ever slept in. And that's why in 2019 already she was sleeping on the floor, on mattresses on the floor. And because of her sleep apnea that she was diagnosed with, she was sleeping sitting up, which she admitted to. But of course, she's breaking furniture over time. She cannot sit down carefully. She drops wherever she stands. And so she damages furniture, not just the couch that I showed you in the beginning of this video. And then the last example was with her leaning against things because she can't stand up for long without having to lean against something or on something. She also leaned against her washer or dryer, whatever it may be, and she shared that damage with us that she did very apparently. I don't think there's a doubt that she caused that damage, and here's when she talked about that. She posted this on Thanksgiving 2023.
I'm in a completely different apartment right now, and it's empty. Samsung came to check my dryer, and there's like a huge indent in it. I guess from when it was like put into my apartment. So that's
Doubted, because they probably did I don't know what that's called in English, like a protocol, like a list of damages that are still present at the apartment when you move in, like a checklist. And so a huge dent they would have documented, and they didn't, because she most likely caused it afterwards. And we saw her in countless logs leaning against appliances, just like she always leans against counters, against door frames, because she can't stand up on her own for long.
it's making that really loud noise. So my apartment complex said I can use this unit to do my clothes because your girl has some dirty clothes.
I'm gonna stop it here because I did react to those vlogs individually. But yeah, so she keeps breaking things. She's not aware of it. Of course, there were these instances where she was riding a scooter at Walmart and she broke it, or was it at Target, and she broke it and she didn't report it. Other times where she just leaves cards out in the parking lot when she gets called out on it. Not cards, scooters. When she gets called out on it, she says that people actually appreciate when you leave them out there, which is, of course, complete bullshit. And I guess the reason why this topic came up, how inconsiderate she is and how self-unaware she is concerning what damage she does to her environment, not just by what she says and what she does, but by her weight alone, by walking around in an apartment and damaging the floorboards, which is not fat shaming at all. It is simple physics. These apartments are not made to hold that much weight, and she cannot really tiptoe or anything. She walks like an elephant. And so that is why, just like I said before, I don't think she ever took an Uber, because nobody would risk their livelihood or jeopardize their livelihood by having her break their cars. There are probably dozens more examples how she damages her environment, and not to mention that she doesn't care about the planet. how she ripped open those bags every time she got a food haul or food delivery at the other apartment in Kentucky. And she doesn't recycle, she doesn't care, because all she cares about is having enough money to stuff that face of hers all day long and continuously gain weight and lie about it on YouTube. All right, so that's all I got for today. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.